Hello there, how are you? What the flick? Christy and Matt. So there are posters out in the world. Movie posters still matter, I suppose. And when they are released to the world, people care.
Yes. Yeah, I think they do. A good
do you
poster.
Care? Okay.
It depends on the poster,
Okay.
but yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I think a really good movie poster serves to get you excited about a movie, and you can see people do interesting stuff with them, see artists do really interesting aspects of them, so I like a good movie poster.
All right, well, we've got a few for you. The first one is for the latest X-Men movie, and I don't know if they're just calling it Dark Phoenix, or they're calling it X-Men: Dark Phoenix. It is written and directed by Simon Kinberg. It's his directorial debut. He's been a writer for a long time. He's written, among other things, several of the most recent X-Men movies, like Days of Future Past and Apocalypse. And this is about Dark Phoenix. Who is she? What do we care about her?
So Dark Phoenix was played most recently by is it Sophie Tyler,
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, sorry. Sophie Turner, who we know from Game of Thrones. Jean Grey is a psychic. She's got telekinesis. And then at some point she gets, she either mutates into or finds the Phoenix Force, depending on who's writing. And she becomes capable of destroying planets, and she becomes evil because she goes mad with power.
So she's like female Thanos.
Worse.
Right? Because Thanos
Worse.
can destroy planets.
Yeah.
I remember all this
sure.
stuff. It's all in there somewhere.
Yeah, she becomes the Phoenix. She's got fire powers with all the other stuff that she's got. You know, it's like, imagine, suddenly I can be like the Human Torch too, but she can wipe out whole worlds if she wants to, and she kind of goes insane. And part of why she goes insane is that a character called, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants starts a plot. Or I'm sorry, from the, not Brotherhood, anyway, a different, now everybody's gonna yell at me. But,
come on, Matt, what do you know?
I know.
All fresh in your head.
The Hellfire Club. The Hellfire Club guy teaches, or like starts messing with her head, and she goes bad.
And that's why she becomes an evil person. And so the X-Men
That's at least in the comics, right? But when we saw her, we saw a hint of Dark Phoenix as she shows up, played by Famke Janssen in the second X-Men movie. Right?
She plays her in a couple of
Or in the third one. By the third one, she's gone full bad. Like Phoenix is born in the second X-Men movie, the original ones, the original trilogy, and then by the third one, she's gone nuts. And so that's kind of the storyline, vaguely, that we'll see.
Okay. Are you excited about this? Is this going to be good?
If Kinberg is writing something closer to Days of Future Past and not Apocalypse, then it'll be great.
That's true. That was a really good one. So also we have, speaking of sequels and spin-offs and worlds or whatever, there's another Jumanji movie. I guess it's the third one. If the most recent Jumanji that we had last summer was the second one, this is now the third one. It's the next chapter. And so it's all the people who are coming back who starred in this most recent one, Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Now, I think we only have news that I think the only news that we know is coming back is Dwayne Johnson, right? Which is a gimme. So the question is, do they get, if the idea is that it's another video game, right? A different video game or an update, you can always spin it off with the main character. And then bring in new supporting characters. So you don't necessarily get locked into having the other three in there, although hopefully they would come back because Kevin Hart's great. Jack Black was amazing in that. Like, you kind of want to see, what those, and Karen Gillan was great too. You kind of want to see what they do, what those four actors do if they're suddenly different players on the other end. Right.
If they have to play different characters in a different game.
Right.
Like, so what if they're all stuck in Qbert, for example?
Right. So like what if it's like Jack Black, like suddenly, like instead of the young teenage girl, like what if it's like some 90-year-old man?
If they all rotate counterclockwise.
Or it's just different people, right? A 10-year-old girl takes over the Rock character.
Okay.
Right? That would be fun.
So according to
Nick playing the Rock character.
There you go. According to IMDb, Karen Gillan, Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart are in it.
Oh, okay.
But again, like, who knows, right?
Okay.
And we don't know who the director is. Jake Kasdan directed the original one, and Scott. The most recent one.
The most recent one.
Is canonically incomplete and inconsistent. I'm confused, but so the writer of it is Scott Rosenberg, who wrote, among other things, Beautiful Girls, Con Air, and Gone in 60 Seconds. So it could be fun. It could be fun. All right, it's a poster. We're speculating.
That's
on
a good poster, though.
It's a good.
I like that poster.
poster.
Can we see that poster again?
It's a lovely poster.
I would love to see that poster again if we could get it back up. It's a great poster with the cat.
It's
cool. with the giant.
There it is.
Yeah, see, right? That's the mountain they had to put the thing on.
There's a cat.
They're hinting that it's the same 4 characters.
I thought it was like a wave.
No,
You're right. There are
that's
teeth.
right. That's the idol that they had to put the jewel back into.
All right, so that is coming out, and then also there's another Men in Black movie. It's a Men in Black spin-off starring Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, I'm totally in.
So they're allowed to be in Thor movies, and then they're allowed to leave and be in other movies together?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're like Tracy and Hepburn.
They had really good chemistry.
Genre.
They had really good chemistry. This poster doesn't tell us a lot, except that presumably there will be neuralizers, because in the poster, we're really only kind of seeing sunglasses and what looks like we're seeing the Men in Black headquarters. But I think Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson are really good together. We saw
They have a ton of chemistry.
They have a ton of chemistry.
Right.
Now,
hugely charismatic.
At one point, there were a lot of rumors that the next 21 Jump Street movie was going to be them in the Men in Black.
I'm so confused. My mind is boggled. The very idea of that. Anyway,
right. They were going to do a crossover that the 2 cops from 21 Jump Street were going to end up, their next undercover thing was they were going to go into the Men in Black.
Maybe this is that.
Like that.
Who knows? Anyway, it's coming out next summer, so we'll find out. Also, speaking of posters, a legend in the poster artistry world. His name is Bill Gold. He died in the last couple days. He was 97 years old, and he has made some of the most iconic, some of the most instantly recognizable posters ever. He worked with Clint Eastwood a lot and did like Dirty Harry, did Mystic River.
Right, that's the over his shoulder. That's the poster from My Fair Lady.
And yet the ones that I think that are really, really famous that he did Casablanca, Alien, The Exorcist, A Clockwork Orange, like movies that you know that image, even if it didn't have the words on it. You would know from that image that was his work.
There's a handful of movie poster artists that or designers that I think he's up in the pantheon of. Up there was Saul Bass, who did the great Anatomy of a Murder poster and that great Shining poster. There's Drew Struzan, who does those great kind of paintings. That is the first Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then the Indiana Jones, and he did a bunch of the Star Wars ones. So yeah, this is, definitely look up his work, because it's fantastic, fantastic work.
And I think it's unusual that kind of care goes into posters, and that kind of imagery withstands the test of time after all these decades, that you know immediately what it is, and you want that framed in your house. You want to look at it every day. So rest in peace, and thank you for all your wonderful work.